Well, I think, an ecosystem is essentially a network. It's like people with similar, complementary, skills, interests, and so on getting together.
The Scaleup Summits are by definition a known conference. Really, the idea of the design is to have a two-day activity event where the focus is not really to be a generic conference in the world of startups of innovation, but really to have 2 days of working activities on very specific actions.
We feel and we are very much convinced that when we look at Europe, the kind of company that could generate employment and growth in the future are the SMEs, and in particular the scale-up companies.
For me, as a large firm, it was a great opportunity, to meet some of the leading thinkers and to really look at innovative solutions that could really become part of my value chain and part of my business in the coming months. I always thought about startups, but scale-ups are even better because they are companies I can work with, from tomorrow morning.
Corporates are here for finding interesting scale-ups that are ready for commercial deployment or strategic consideration. Scale-ups, on the other hand, are here to factor and assess opportunity and option, either via an IPO or private placement, or also access to the financial instrument provided by the European Investment Bank.
Innovation tends to occur in ecosystems, so you want those ecosystems to function. There's a certain amount of infrastructure. There's the connection with the universities and research entities that are publicly funded. Funding, the upstream part of research and development and the associated human capital that goes with that, is a very important way of keeping talent around and fostering entrepreneurship.
Events like this are a great occasion to put young companies wanting to scale up with a bigger corporation.
Now we live in a period in which there is an overcrowded of ideas, startups, scale-ups. And so having a partner as Mind the Bridge that filter all this confusion is fundamental.
We can see now the percentage of corporates investing in startups in Europe is higher in Europe than in the States. And when we started this initiative led by Mind the Bridge was completely the opposite. Congratulations and thanks for the work that you have done.
So I think what's going on here, initiated by Mind the Bridge is enormously useful, connecting, investors with companies, with stock exchanges and other financial structures. I think of this as forming a network that will be valuable to all the participants.